Alright, what's up everyone? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. My opponent this time is Chris H from Facebook. Had this one a while ago, Standard OU, Rain Team again. This is the penultimate episode of my Rain Team series, so if you're getting tired of it, I promise there's more stuff coming pretty soon, but these last two matches were by far the best that I was able to record with the team, so I wanted to save them both. Looking at my opponent's team here, it's pretty standard OU. Flygon's a little out of place, but you know, he's certainly good enough to play in OU, and we've got lots of dragons and lots of steel, which is pretty indicative of the OU format. You bring weather or you bring dragons. So luckily he doesn't have both here. That means that my weather is going to be able to stay up, and I also am thinking Dugtrio is going to play a pretty important role. I can take out that Jirachi for sure if I can get a free switch into it, and I could potentially take out the Lucario depending on the set, but I need to be careful of extreme speed there. So anyhow, let's get into the match. I'm going to lead with Naya just because I know he doesn't have weather, so that's going to let me set up the rain right off the bat and not have to worry about it anymore. He leads with Fortress. Fairly obvious that he's going to go for some hazards here, so I'm just going to go for a Scald on the first turn, judge the damage, see what move he wants to go for, and he goes for Stealth Rock. So here I'm going to Encore, predicting him to try to go for Spikes, but he actually switches out and goes into his Latios, so I give away one of my kind of niche moves. He knows that I have it now, and that's going to severely hamper its effectiveness later. Go for the Ice Beam. He predicts that, switches into Ferrothorn. Could have gone for Scald, but I didn't want to over-predict at this point in the game. It's way too early to start doing that. Better to just play it safe, judge how he's going to play first, and then make my decisions from there. So here, though, I do misplay a bit. I should have gone for that Ice Beam just in case he switched back to something else, because Fortress's health was low enough that an Ice Beam would have taken it out no matter what, and I would have been able to hit this Latios for a lot more damage than I did with Scald. So I take a Draco Meteor. That's a clean Oko, so obviously a spec set here, and for that reason I can bring in Spike. Bluff that I'm going to set up my rocks, but I saw in team preview that he has Espeon, so I am in fact just going to go for an attack, nail that thing with a Power Whip as it comes in, and it does well over half. So he can set up a Reflect here, but it's still going to do a decent chunk, and then if he stays in again, I'm going to be able to take him out completely. So basically took out this Espeon very quickly, which is always a plus. It means I'll be able to get my rocks up later, won't have to worry about it messing that up. So Fortress comes in. It obviously wants to get another layer of spikes up, but this is also a good opportunity for me to get my rocks up, so I stay in here, set up my rocks, and now Espeon's essentially dead. It can't switch in again because the rocks will kill it. So he does switch to it here just as death fodder, probably to scout my move, and that was a good play on his part. I'm obviously not going to go for Power Whip, so I switch into Jafar, but since he foddered Espeon, he actually gets the switch initiative and brings in Jirachi. So I can't stay in here. I can't do anything to Jirachi, especially not at that amount of health. So I go into Spike, predicting the Body Slam, thinking he'd predict me to go into Dugtrio, but he actually fires off a Draco Meteor, so it misses. It's not like it would have done anything anyhow, and then he fires off a Fire Punch, so I have no idea what kind of Jirachi this is. Some crazy unique set. Obviously, since it's got special and physical moves, it's probably not going to have max attack. That means that Fire Punch is not going to do a whole lot to me in the rain. So I just stay in, set up a Leech Seed, go for the Protect here. If I would have gone for another Leech Seed, that would have been epic, since I would have nailed this Fortress and basically killed it with Leech Seed, preventing it from getting up his final layer of spikes. But I don't do that. I kind of go for the safer play here and end up paying for it, as now I've got 3 layers of spikes on my field and Stealth Rock, so that's going to severely hamper the amount of times I can switch in. Luckily, I get Jafar in here safely, and now he's just going to wreak some havoc. A lot of his team has been weakened. He brings in this Flagon, I'm assuming trying to bluff me that he's scarfed, but I just stay in because I won't be much good if I switch back into Stealth Rocks anyhow, so there's no point to try to preserve Jafar. He's in. He's just going to do as much damage as he can before he goes down, and he takes out that Flygon, comes in, does a nice chunk to Jirachi. I don't get Confusion Hacks, unfortunately, and then I'm going to get taken down with an Ice Punch, so still, Jafar definitely helped out a lot there. Finished off the Ferrothorn, took down the Flygon, and brought Jirachi into revenge range for a threesome, my Doug Trio. I got a safe switch. He can't switch out. I'm obviously faster, so Earthquake is going to eliminate Jirachi, and that means no wish passing shenanigans if he had wish. So in comes Latios. I go for Sucker Punch, but he tricks me the Choice Specs, so I've got a Choice Specs Doug Trio now. I'm going to switch out here since I'm thinking he'll probably go for Draco Meteor, and now that he's not spexed, I thought I might be able to survive one, but he pulls a double switch, goes into Luke, predicting my switch most likely, and I could be in some trouble here. But I see that he's got Nasty Plot, and that's actually great news for me. I can handle a special Luke much better than I can handle a physical one. So I'm just going to leave Spike in here as fodder, get a little bit of more damage with Power Whip, and now I can come in with Spook, get a revenge kill. This is my choice Scarfed Rotom, so I know that I'll be faster than everything. He does have Vacuum Wave, but since it's only base power 40, it's not going to be enough to take me out, and I can take him out with a 100% accurate Thunder. Latios comes in. I'm just going to go for a Thunder on it. I don't really have a whole lot to deal with this thing. Nothing I can switch in safely. So I go for the Thunder, hoping to get a Perilous. It doesn't work out that way, though. And instead I get taken out with a Dragon Pulse. But he's now severely weakened. And I bring in Threesome to finish the job. I go for the Sucker Punch here, just because I don't want to have to rely on Stone Edge to win me the game. You know, if it misses and he goes for an attack, I lose. So we're going to play some mind games here. Just going to keep going for the Sucker Punch. You know, if he does attack, he loses. So there's no downside to going for it. I could even run myself out of PP if I wanted to, but in the end, I just decide not to stop wasting time, put my faith in Stone Edge, and thankfully it hits. So that's going to be a 2-0 to me, I believe. I still had a fully healthy Toxicroak, so I wasn't really in that much danger there unless Latios started boosting or something. But anyhow, really good game. Pretty quick one, very offensive, lots of good predictions from both sides. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots more TCGO coming your way during the week, so stay tuned for that. Leave me a comment, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.